שלום. המנוי אליו חייגתם אינו זמין כעת. אנא התקשרו במועד מאוחר יותר. תודה. Hello. The subscriber you have dialed is currently unavailable. Please try again later. Thank you.
Hi. Welcome to October 7th. Emotionally raw coverage from Dor Comet and Amy Sapan. What you just heard was what happened earlier today when I called a government office to inquire about a public bid for people such as ourselves creating content relating to October 7th. We spoke about it a little bit more in depth about 20 minutes ago as part of an amazing episode that has disappeared. Poof. Technology. What a bummer. The whole 40 minutes. Dor was like saving final to exit before we called it a day. It's just gone. It's just gone. And he's so bummed. I've never seen him so bummed. I mean, I have seen him more bummed. I mean, honestly. Don't you guys remember how we met? But very frustrated. I'm trying to cheer him up. There's a little bit of a flicker of magic and hope coming back into his eyes right now. His cheeks are bunching up. Ooh, is that a smile? It's a smile. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, we have a smile. My work here is almost done. This is what we're going to do, guys. First of all, we got back on the air. We're not going to record another 40 minutes now. It's been a long week, frankly. And neither of us are feeling very well right now physically.
So what we're going to do is we're going to do quick thank you. And then I'm going to throw this computer from the window or something. I'm fucking angry.
Ooh, Dor, I've never seen this side of you.
Yeah. In deep down, all the Israeli violin. How do you say?
Your English really has gotten worse since you met me.
We didn't record it. I tell Amy that I want to be thankful on this lovely trip, which called October 7 podcast. And also to tell her that since I met her, my English became poorer. I thought that I have the confidence to speak with people. That's what I thought when I met Spanish girl 10 years ago in India. Next thing you know, she posting story about Free Palestine. Shout out anyway. But now when I'm here in the studio and she have this sharp and intellectual English, I'm feeling so stupid. Every time I open my mouth, I don't have the courage to finish a sentence. Anyway, I want to say thank you.
I love you, man. I'm super thankful to you too. And I noticed that since we started this podcast, my English has gotten worse too.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. I mean, I listened to the episodes and I'm like, I don't think you say thank you too. I think you just say thank you or thanks to. So something about this podcast is making our English worse. It's part of the big personal sacrifice we're willing to make for our listeners who we love and we're so grateful for.
Okay, so I wanted to say some thanks. Can I start?
Yes.
To say thank you to Yaki, friends of mine who is in Gaza at the moment. And he wrote me this morning, October 7, אחי, which means bro. October 7, bro. Perfect podcast. After the war, I come to be a stinky hipster in South Tel Aviv, Shapira neighborhood.
Thank you, Yaki, for me too, also, for your service. We're so grateful to our loyal listeners and to those who have started following us on Instagram, which is a great place to reach out to us directly we got one such message overnight from one of our loyal listeners who asked, what is Dora's type other than the need for a temporary situationship, asking for a friend?
Okay. My type, she need to be cute. It's no matter if you have shitty taste in music, okay? But you just need a little grace and the willing to live the present. Because Israeli girls, they're always like talking about the future. You know, they want kids, they want stability, they want to take you to a family dinner. So my type is someone who willing to not speak with me like doing the talk, quote unquote, you know? This makes sense?
Yeah, just to sum it up, you want a cute girl who lives in the present.
Yes, it sounds like hippie shit, but if someone you're abroad, wherever you are, come to Tel Aviv and going out for a date, you will figure it out the difficulty of being like an Israeli man who have always the I don't want to say.
Don't say. For me, it was most important for us to get that down in audio, that you want someone who's concerned with the present, because I know where you want to take this conversation tomorrow when we re-record, as if it's possible to re-record an episode tomorrow on Friday. And you're going to want to ask me about the future, which is what you did like 45 minutes ago in the episode that vanished into thin air. And I think that that's a great place to leave it, right? A very special shout out to the crew out in Silicon Valley. You know who you are, spreading it around, sharing the love. Really appreciate you. And, if you feel like spreading it out more, we'll love that too, I guess. Because I don't think we're going to be applying for that government bid, as my attempts to call them today didn't work. Kind of like save on that amazing episode we recorded. Wherever you are today on Thanksgiving, we hope that it's a delicious day, that you have some time to spend it with people you love, or, alternatively, people that you are kind of okay with. That's cool too. Or that the food's like halfway decent. Hope that the Thanksgiving conversations at the dinner table are not too taxing, and that our tiny country doesn't spoil your appetites or your sense of fun, because I have a sense this is going to be a hot topic of Thanksgiving discussion in homes around the country. But if you feel like sending us a DM to talk about your Thanksgiving dinners, feel free to send us a message over on Instagram at our handle is October7 the podcast. You can also shoot us an email, October7 the podcast @gmail.com. And I promised Dora I'd keep it short. How much more time do I have, Dora? So much gratitude. I don't really know how to put it into words. I never thought that I'd feel comfortable enough to get on the air and keep talking. And sometimes I feel like, I remember that first week, I called a really special friend one night, and I think we had finished recording episode 4 or 5, and I just started crying, and I said, I feel like I'm too much. I feel like I'm too much, and I felt super overwhelmed. He was like, no, you're great. You're great. Give us more. Give us more. And I don't know. And I think about all the courageous people like Yaki and Gaza, and I can't even get in a car and go 20 minutes south. And really, really, when I say that I'm really grateful for the support, I mean it. I think for the support to get back in this chair and to get back on the air and to keep going and to say stuff. I really feel stuff I believe, even if it's an unpopular opinion. To sing on the air, I never thought I would I would do that. And to not feel like, oh my God, I want to record everything and go hide. And what helps give you wings where you can fly, obviously, like you got to do the work on your own, and you got to step up to the plate, and you have to keep practicing and doing the work. But the difference between, I think, the people that really fly and take off is it's the strength of the support system around them. And so I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Dor, you're the most incredible co I could have asked for. So thank you. And to all of our loyal listeners who listen, share, rate, send us DMs, support us, praise, all of it. It really helps us fly higher. And it's a real honor to fly. So thank you.
The guy that was canceling say that once?
Which guy? Damn it. Wait, who said what now? What?
With the fly.
Which fly?
There was the guy the rapper.
The fly. Oh, are you talking about R. Kelly?
Yes. What is the song?
Oh, that song from Space Jam. Should we do it? Yo, you're wild, man. You're just wild. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. I believe I can soar. I see me running through that open door. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly.
Now you can say more stuff. Thank you too.
Thank you, Shema Productions, Jonathan Gall, 𝕊𝔸𝔽𝔼𝔻, Dor Comet. I'm 𝕊𝔸𝔼𝔻. Thank you, listeners, for tuning in again and again, for hearing us out, for giving us a break, and for supporting us.
I believe I can fly.
I believe I can touch the sky. I think about it every night and day. Spread my wings and fly away. I believe I can soar. I see me running through that open door. I believe I can fly. I believe I can fly. Oh, I believe I can fly.
Shout out to Silicon Valley. I heard you listen to our podcast. I heard you are obsessed with me. I'm just a fucking Jew from Tel Aviv. I'm so sorry that my English is so sad, 'cause I believe I can fly.
Also, a special shout out to the lawyer, the Jewish lawyer in the States who registered a trademark for From the River to the Sea and formed an LLC in the same name. Brilliant move. Shout out to the fellow Jewish lawyers in the tribe. I'm very happy to be part of the chosen part of the chosen people.
From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. I think about it every night and day. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky.
Oh, also, shout out to the journalist who did the segment I saw today about how the Toyota white pickup truck went from a very popular car on car lots here to people are struggling to sell them. This isn't funny. It's just so awkward. I don't, it's one of it was like the pickup of choice for Hamas terrorists infiltrating Israel on October 7th and committing mass atrocity crimes in the vehicle, using the vehicle, kidnapping in the vehicle. So the segment had some incredible copy today. It said, Israelis are traumatized by this car. And then they they went around with the car and they had like a hidden camera and you could just see people's faces as they saw the car approaching a gas station or a bus stop. One woman came up to the driver and was like, what the fuck do you think you're doing driving a car like that? Just like a white pickup. She got in his face and she said, don't you ever come back here with that car type ever again. So obviously terrible. I should not. So thank you. You understand why we're thanking our listeners? Like, thank you that we get to be real. And thank you for allowing us to do that and not like jumping down our fucking throats. Thank you. Thank you for respecting actual freedom of speech. And thank you for loving life. Thank you for choosing life, choosing freedom, choosing liberty, and for choosing to listen to us time and time again. All right, guys, today has just been like completely upside down. I don't even know. We were going to meet tomorrow, do another episode, talk about the future. That's not happening. Everything's changing so fast in real time. Now he tells me I have 5 more minutes. He's going to edit tomorrow. We're not going to meet up again for 2 more days. It's a balagan. What can I tell you? It's a mess. It's a fucking mess. All right. So what I'm going to do is the following. First of all, I'm going to explain that recording that you heard at the beginning, where it's like the subscriber to which you have dialed is not available. That, my friends, was, well, that was, that was the pre-recorded response. How do you say this? You know, when you call a number, so I called a number and that was the response I got. That wasn't just any number. That was the number I was given by a government office for another government office to speak to them about a public offering by a government agency, the Ministry of Diaspora and Foreign Affairs, that, like 10 days ago was like, hey guys, we have money that we want to give people that are doing content related to the war and like small outfits, kind of like me and Dor. Someone sent it to me yesterday, sent it to 2 friends. They were like, oh my God, this is up your alley. You guys need to apply, blah, blah, blah. But it's not like an easy application. It's like, there's a lot of like, we need to go to a lawyer, get it signed, proffer a lot of documents. There's work involved. Anyway, it's due on Saturday night. Crazy. So I made a bunch of phone calls earlier today. There was a really, really funny rendition of the whole back and forth in the episode that got lost from earlier. Shout out to Sarit, the 6th person I spoke to, who was like really trying to help me. But nothing to be done because by then it was 2:30 in the afternoon and the government agency, even if I were to have like a phone number that worked for them, according to their website, they stopped taking calls at 1 p.m., meaning they got to lunch and just like, don't come back. And the link that Sarit sent me, she was so 𝕊𝕋𝔸𝔼𝔻𝕼, Sarit. She was amazing. She sent me like a link to my by text, and I clicked on it, and here's a phone number. They're out to lunch / until Sunday, and then here's a link for a chat. But every time I clicked on the links, Salit was like, just click on all the hyperlinks. Just click on anything blue on the page. None of that was working. It was just going to something that was essentially like a file 404 not found response. So we're not going to be applying for that. But it was really funny. It was just like this microcosm of everything, like 2 hours of back and forth and just like calling this number. And then they're like, no, you need to like dial the hotline again and just like press this number. So like I did that a million times. And yeah, it was really ineffectual and inept and just disorganized. But the other thing that I'm really stretching it with the 5 minutes. He has that look in his eyes that lets me know that I'm being very, very naughty. Damn, we missed all the dialogue from earlier where I mentioned that we're at the studio today. It's Thursday. Now it's almost 6 p.m. I'm sitting next to the mixing board. Dor is not in the master seat. I am. A little bit of Dom energy that I'm enjoying today. He was like sweating it out a bit in that first recording, you know, when I asked him what his type was. And he was like, honestly, listeners, I made my peace with it. You have to like let things go, and things don't happen to us. They happen for us. And I'm totally okay with that episode having gone poof. But I wish you guys had even gotten like a fraction of Dor's vulnerability, because it was something that hasn't come to the fore in any of the episodes. I'm sure we'll meet it again, though. Maybe I'll start sitting in the Dom seat more often. Shout out to Eylon Levy, who's been doing an excellent job as a spokesperson for the government. In one of his segments today with international media about the hostage deal, the anchorwoman had the gall to suggest that because the deal is 150 Palestinian prisoners being released for 50 kidnapped women and children, that Israelis somehow think less of Palestinians because of the numbers. To which he responded, that's absolutely ridiculous. You don't think we'd want to get 150 hostages back right now as part of the deal? So we are fingers crossed for the return of all the kidnapped in Gaza as soon as possible. And may it be as quiet and as heartwarming and as Thanksgiving-y a weekend as possible. Amen.
A fucking man.
And a women. Stay safe, stay tuned. Do you do the dishes? Do you have ears? Do you like listening to things? Then October 7th, Emotionally Raw Coverage might be the podcast for you. Available on a lot of platforms. You know, like I thought we could do something like that today also. Do you have ears? Do you do dishes? Do you load up? Do you like sweeping your house? Do you use a Dyson? Do you